It's Beer O'Clock on Real Ale Craft Beer. Today we've got a beer from Unbound Brewing Company, and this is a can of their Dark Elixir. It's a chocolate cherry oatmeal stout with black cherry at 4.6% ABV. Doesn't that sound delightful? Now, for the people, now they've chosen a font here, a couple of different colours on the can. It's quite difficult. I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick this up very well. I mean, it's not like you need glasses to read the can here, but definitely, you definitely got to pick it up and bring it towards you to be able to read the can. But anyway, if anybody kind of have seen my reviews of some of the Unbound Brewing Company stouts, I first come across their beers just over a year ago. I thought their beers were absolutely tremendous, and the stouts are probably, just for a base stout, just I don't want to call it bog standard, but stouts from microbreweries. I reckon Unbound Brewing Company are the kings at producing stouts at 4.5% ABV with great body that looks like engine oil. Hopefully this is the same, and hopefully I've not built the beer up too much. So without further ado, let's get the beer out into a glass and see what we get. A little bit of smoke on the can opening. Beer, we got a little widgie, we got a little kind of etched glass here from Craft Republic. So the beer might be a little bit more carbonated than normal. But look, here it is. This is what I was talking about. Look at that liquid. Look at that. No, don't lose any. I don't want to lose any of that precious liquid. Oh, look. It's dripping on the floor. Oh well. It's a bar. Do you know, when I used to review beers in the kitchen, only kind of a year or so ago, I'd be like panicking at this stage. I'd be holding the beer over the sink and making sure no beer went on the floor. I put a hard tile floor down in this bar, and because I'm the only one that really uses this bar, I'm not going to say the floor's dirty, but I'm going to say that I'm not overly concerned that I've dropped a few drops of beer on this floor, because I can just grab a mop and I can do it in my own convenience. I can do it in my own time. There's no rush. You know, there's not like your wife's coming down the stairs grabbing a cup of tea and she's stepping through black liquid on the floor. You know, it's nothing like that. We're out in a conservatory, so it doesn't matter so much that we're dropping beer on the bar floor here. It's all a design process. We designed this bar to be for that very purpose, you know, so I didn't have to worry about overspilling beer. I worry if I tip it all over my perfect draft, which the tripod's sitting on. But anyway. There was a purpose for me talking for a minute or two there, and the purpose is, look at the beer. Look at the head retention. I talked for about a minute about dropping beer on the floor. And the head of the beer has stayed exactly where it was. Look how thick and tight that tan coloured head is. Look at the jet black beer in the glass. I said it. These guys are the kings. Unbound Brewing Company are the kings of making regular ABV, that's what I'm going to go with. Regular ABV stouts at about 4.5% ABV, but making them really full-bodied. There's no light bleeding through that glass whatsoever. It's jet black in the glass. It looks like engine oil. It poured like engine oil. Let's get the aroma. That's just superb. Just superb. I don't necessarily want to get the aroma and taste of a glass full of cherries in my stout, to be honest with you. It's subtle. There's a subtle aroma of cherry. And for me, that's really important. You get that base stout first. You get the chocolate, the coffee, the caramel. And then you get a hint of fruit, a hint of cherry. A little bit of tobacco smoke, a little bit of sweet caramel. Smells delightful. Let's dive in. The head, look at the head retention, it's still there. Wonderful head. Let's dive in. Cheers, everybody. Oh. I just fell back on my heels. I'm normally a toe standing person, normally kind of leaning on my toes, but I just kind of, I don't know if you noticed it, watch it back, I just rocked back on my heels a little bit. I just went into full relaxation mode, like a heavy leg boxer. Oh, that is so rich, so creamy, so delightfully drinkable. Chocolate, bitter dark chocolate, bitter coffee, little bit of sweet caramel, touch, small touch of cherry, which adds a level of excitement, another level of excitement for the beer. Maybe we'll get a touch more cherry because we're adding the last bit of the beer into the glass now. And of course, gravity and all that. You generally get a bit of kind of, if there's any fruit, if there's any sediment, it'll always make its way down to the bottom of the can or bottle. So you're getting it now. In fact, you can see little bits of sediment in the bottom of the glass. But it's delightful. Stone the crows. Stone the crows. What a beer. What a beer this is. Oh, it's so oaty. A little bit more cherry. I predicted it. The fruit made its way to the bottom of the can. There's a little bit more cherry now in this taste. And actually, it's still balanced. The last thing I want from something like a cherry stout is cherry, 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 little bit of stout flavour. I don't want that. I want what this is. This is perfect. Lots of big stout flavours, tobacco smoke, bitter dark chocolate, coffee, a little bit of sweet caramel, and then a lick of cherry, then enough cherry that is balanced to the beer. It's had a bit of fruit, a bit of plum, a bit of prune flavours on the back end. I've drunk some of the beer now. Look at the beer as I rock it back and forth. Look at that beer. Look at it as I'm rolling it round in the glass. Let me remind you, it's 4.6% ABV. 4.6% ABV. Look at it. It looks like an imperial stout. There's so much oats in this beer to give this fantastic body. If you're a stout fan, if you're a big stout fan, and you want to indulge yourself with the best kind of 4.5 to 5% ABV regular stout, regular ABV stout, if you want a stout with loads of body and loads of creaminess and richness and stout-like flavours and just smoothness and just wonderfully crafted stout, then check out Unbound Brewing Company. They are amazing at doing this. So the story goes is that it was just before Christmas 2022, so 2021 really. I got contacted by Unbound Brewing Company and they said, would you like to try a couple of our beers? We're a small brewing company, we're growing, we want to get our name out there. And I always say yes. Always say, send it over and I'll give it a review. And when I opened the can, watch my first review of the Unbound Brewing Company Stout from 2021. I was just blown away. I was completely blown away. And I'm still blown away by their beers. Tremendous. Stone the Crows, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 from Real Ale Craft Beer. Please put your comments in the comments box. Subscribe to our daily beer and food reviews. Give us a big fat thumbs up. Boom. Cheers.